Well, you describe a process, especially
Right.
when you talk about the writer's block, that there's a process that the writer has to go through to arrive at a place where they feel free to do. So I was thinking if that process requires maintenance, if there's actually a process that, a habit that some writers get into to keep in touch with their own sense of freedom and how they approach each piece that they write.
I mean, Campion is writing in a period, 16th century, when people sang a lot. And a lot of the poems were songs, and he might well have had a tune in his mind when he's doing this. But as I get it, part of the pleasure of writing a song, as with a poem or a conversation or anything else, is to surprise. Surprise the other person, surprise yourself too. So if you're stuck with a tune, or you're stuck with the ballad form, or you've decided your poem is going to rhyme a certain way or not rhyme, then you want to surprise yourself. In Karen's idea that you can't help but thinking, here I'll change poems to Alan Dugan. That rhyme feels to me like it was almost a whoops. It's hard for me to picture anybody intending to say, then a soldier on a log went by. He seemed drunk. And we asked him, why had he and this junk come down? And I think the drunk junk feels to me like the kind of thing that just happens. And then he goes, huh.
A happy accident.
Yeah. And I can even imagine, now I'm really extrapolating, I can even imagine if it were mine at first thinking, oh, you have to take that out. And then thinking, actually, funk. Why not? Since the poem has a drunken quality to it, and the poem is kind of angry. All of you babas worship as a god. The poem, irreverence is the ground note of the poem. So why not throw in drunk and junk?